Well, aloha. I still got to do some group stuff. Jeremy, I'm going to let you start getting this while I get it out in the groups. Wow, what a disgusting freaking game this was.
Whew.
It
was
Stone got 3 points, 5 goals for Vegas, so
yes.
5 points. So hey, I'll be right back. You take over the show for a few minutes while I try and get this shared out so we get some of our visitors.
All righty. Well, folks, this was very hard to watch. Let's go to the stats. Blues had 16 shots on goal. The Golden Knights had 35. Blues won face-off percentage, 53-48. The Knights were 2 for 3 on the power play. Blues were 0 for 2. 25 hits for the Knights, 23 for the Blues. 18 blocks for the Knights. Man, the Knights block gosh damn everything. Pardon my language. And 16 blocks for the Blues. 5 giveaways for the Blues and 3 for the Golden Knights. This was really, I thought it was going to be a close game. You know, Marchessault scored in the first, then Dunn come back and tied it up in the second. But in the third, it was just all Vegas. Stone, Keegan Kolesar, who he gets his first NHL goal. Then Carlson and Stone just bury him. It was an interesting game, but now if you're a Blues fan, you shake it off, you get ready, because I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, we got the Knights again on Wednesday.
That would be a negatory. We play the Wild on Thursday in Minnesota, and then we come home. Game against the Ducks, I think.
Okay.
We got a home game. We got a home game. So, oh man, It was not. You know, I'm looking at this. I'm trying to see what the comments are here. Ashley, very disappointing night. I agree. Blues played 45 minutes of hockey, then watched. Yep, Kyle, you said it right there.
Absolutely.
Really missing the presence of Parayko and Sunkus, and we talked about that at the opening. Dead on talked about that in the opening. I hate you, Guy Kershaw, by saying we were going to lose, and we lost. Good. Sorry, not the O'Reilly. Sorry, not sorry. The O'Reilly line was crap. Couldn't do anything against their fourth line. Yeah, it was not very strong today at all. So hey, let's welcome in Lance from the Drop. Hey, Lance, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Jeremy. Hey, guy.
Hey, buddy. What's going on?
That was pure crap, bud. That third period was just.
I got to make a comment, and this is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard that's been attributed to a head coach in the NHL. At the end of the third period, Darren Pang made the statement that, unlike the Golden Knights, the Blues just don't take those bad angle shots and those type of shots. They don't just shoot the puck at the goal. They wait until they wear their opponent down. And then when they wear their opponent down, they take shots. That is the dumbest thing I have ever heard a coach tell an announcer in my life. You take a shot. You take a shot when you have it. You take a shot when you notice the goalie's not paying attention to you over on the side of the goal. You take shots to score goals. If you think you're going to wear people down in every single game and you're going to play that heavy game for 60 minutes every single game and wear people down and then you're going to get a goal, I'm sorry, guys. That's not the way it's done. The Blues have won 2 games in the last 7 games. I know. I think there's been an OT against the Golden Knights, and those 2 games were against one of the worst teams in the league, and the San Jose Sharks. And when Darren Payne got that, I wasn't feeling very good. I'm in a lot of pain, but I had to come on and say how stupid that sounds. Don't take shots, guys, until we wear them down. And then take a shot, because then we've got an opportunity. Shoot the damn puck. Shoot it. Let somebody deflect it in front of the net. Get guys in front of the net. Have guys moving around the back of the net. I'm sorry, guys, but that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard a coach of mine or any NHL coach tell an announcer.
Oh, yeah, that was.
Absolutely.
I'm going to cheer you up real quick.
Thank you.
cheer you up. This next one is an autistic nonverbal who has something to tell you.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
That is Ashley Jones' daughter. She's autistic,
Ashley,
nonverbal, but she's blowing them away.
That really made me smile. Thank you so much. I needed that.
That is awesome.
Right. So, and I got her permission to use that. So, no, Lance, you're right. That was, and you know what? I'm going to hark this back. I want to hark this back to the article I wrote. Mm-hmm. Is Berube under a gun? You know, to give him just say, oh, he won the cup, that's 3 automatic years. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is his toughest challenge, and he's failing it in my eyes. Look, I know bad games happen. Great. I get it.
Yeah, they do.
This is the league. This is the Knights. We needed these points. Mm-hmm. And they played like absolute dog crap. They played like the tired team in the third, and they had more time off.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I watched those games against the Kings. Those weren't easy games for the Knights against the Kings. The Kings really played them well, even though the Kings lost that last game. The other game, I mean, even though the Knights lost that last game 3-1, those were hard-fought games. So it's not like the Knights had an easy game against some team that came in 12-1 in their last 13. And the Blues come in. I thought the Blues looked decent in the first period, but I thought they needed to step it up a little bit. Didn't think they were getting enough shots on goal. Second period, you know, it was so-so. You know, Dunn comes out and scores that goal, and people still are on him. And I still saw a lot of stuff on Twitter and Facebook blaming Dunn because a puck goes off of his leg. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I know.
And
as soon as I heard that, I knew they were coming out. But you know what? We talked about this in the opening about, Dunn wasn't playing as bad as everybody said he was, and he was the right person. He was the right guy on that goal, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was right where he needed to be. He's got an active stick, and I'll take an active stick. I'll take a mistake on an active stick. Because an active stick, 9 times out of 10, an active stick's going to knock the puck out of the guy's hands, out of the guy's stick. Right. It's going to take a passing lane away. It's going to do the things that you need to do. It just seems that everybody's getting on him, or everybody's seeing something different. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. And everyone can jump my butt if they want to. This loss is on Berube.
Yeah.
Absolutely, this loss is on Berube. This was a game plan loss.
I don't think he had the players really ready and really primed up to win this game and take it to the Knights. And I know everybody, like Penger was talking about, the Knights defense is one of the ones that moves around the most. Well, you know what? One of our main problems with the Blues, when they lose, they don't move around. They're just watching people make plays and just moving from side to side and watching guys pass and watching guys do this. And I'm not being anti-Blue here. I'm just frustrated. This team has talent. This team has some pretty good talent. Now there's several people, that said online, well, the Blues are more talented than the Knights. I saw a comment from somebody that was watching the first intermission. No, I'm sorry. I'm a Blues podcast. I love the Blues. The Blues, I've lived in St. Louis since I was 6, played hockey here, everything. But, there comes a time where you've got to call a team out. And tonight, it just wasn't, the heart didn't seem to be there. It really was not there. And, Bennington, he gave up 5 goals, but were they all his fault? No, they were not all his fault.
I don't think any of them were.
I really, maybe one at the most, and that's the most, and I'd really have to go back and look at that one. But that last deflection, with a deflection like that up close, you're not going to make that save very many times. You may get lucky and be in the right position to make it, and I'll have people argue with me on that, people that never played goal from other podcasts, and I think Kurt knows who I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
That will tell me that other goalies make saves on deflections. Yeah, other goalies make saves on deflections when they can see them. You've got to be able to see the puck, or you got to be fortunate and have the right angle to the puck. Those deflections are hard to stop. Why else do you think guys put their sticks out there and deflect them? Just for shits and giggles? No, they do it because it's hard for a goalie to make an adjustment.
Exactly.
Oh, I agree.
I'm sorry, Jeremy.
Absolutely
I
agree.
cut you off there, bud.
Oh no, you're good. All I was gonna say was, at least you got some positive right now. The Kings are losing to the Sharks, so at least the Kings won't be trying to earn or get some points on the Blues.
But you also got the Avalanche who won tonight against the Coyotes.
You know what? A lot of people have been talking about how the Avalanche just destroyed the Wild. What the people aren't looking at, the Avalanche did destroy the Wild, but the Avalanche won tonight, and they won their 9th game at home in a row. 9 games at home in a row. I know it was the Ducks, but we all know the Ducks have played everybody pretty strong. Have they been blown out some games? But there's a lot of 3-2, 4-3 shootout overtime games the Ducks have played in. So it was a good win for the Wild. They get their 9th at home. This is not going to be easy for the Blues to even get a 3rd or 4th spot in this division. It's just not.
Right. That's why I was saying at least the Kings are losing, because as of right now, your guys are the division is 5 points, 6 points difference between 4th and 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not a huge difference in there.
And
but that we were tied with Minnesota, which we won't be now.
No.
So we're sitting solely by fourth in ourselves, which again, I get to do another one of these. Back when, all this was going on, I was saying, hey, stop looking at the standings, start looking at points percentage. And now as the games are starting to catch up, lo and behold, look where we're at, So it's that. This is just, it's so freaking frustrating with this. This is 18 all over again, except in reverse. They're not getting better. In 18, at least they got something to get better. They're not getting better.
Guy,
we're over the halfway point.
Yeah, Guy, I think you know me, and normally I'm a pretty calm, collective person.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have calmed myself down before I came on this, especially after that remark that Penger made, and I don't hold that remark against Penger. He's just saying something that Craig Berube said. I love Penger to death. He's a great guy. I met him, got to spend some time with him at that Grant Fuhr thing, but I would have ended up doing my best impersonation of Mason if I hadn't calmed down before I come on here.
I'm not far away from doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not far away from doing it because when we took 35 shots, we won the damn game. You can't win a game taking 16 freaking shots. That's how many shots you should take in a period, not in a game.
But Guy, they were trying to wear the other team out. That's why there wasn't so many shots.
No, you don't wear the nights out like that. You wear the nights out by scoring on their asses.
Guy, I have had tons of coaches. I can't even count how many coaches. And not once did I ever hear a coach from the time I was 6 till I was in my 20s, and then I played in beer leagues and stuff like that after that, ever tell the offense or the team, here's what we're going to do. I want you to take some good shots.
Lance, hold on. This is the story of the game. I got to say this before it goes away.
Go ahead.
15 D-zone turnovers for the Blues.
Terrible.
15. Right there. And it's not our defensemen, it's our team defense. We have gotten away from what made this team good. We scored goals from our defense, not our offense. Our defense created turnovers, it created openings, it created odd man rushes that we're not creating now. And this is why we're only taking 16 shots, scoring 1 goal and losing 5-1.
Yeah, and they just made a perfect point, that this isn't on Bennington. And you know what? Bennington stays calm and cool normally. That old saying, I don't get, are you nervous? And he looks at the reporter. After that 4th goal, he wasn't frustrated because it went in. He was pissed. He was livid. He was not happy at all. And if I'm him, I'm sorry. I got to say something to the team. I really do. I got to say, hey, guys, you hung me out to dry tonight.
Yep.
Okay, well, hey.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, from an outside perspective, obviously, because I'm a Blue fan, but I'm not hardcore, bleed blue fan. You brought up the fact that Craig Berube won a cup, so he should get 3 years prior to that.
Other people have.
Yeah, other people.
I want to make that.
I will tell you this right now. Danny Bilesma won us a cup, and we cut him halfway
Yep.
through the season
Yep.
the next year.
Yep.
It does not matter if you
Yep.
won a cup. What matters is what happens the year after you win that cup. And what happens after the 2 years, 3 years after you win that cup. If you can stay consistent, and Berube is not staying consistent. I love
him last year. I'll say that. He did last year.
Yeah.
But after COVID,
it was hard.
He is not coaching the same way.
Yeah, what I was going to say was Scotty Bowman took the Blues to the Stanley Cup the first 3 years he was here.
Yep.
And then over a big mess, he left, and they should have never let that man leave. But do you know what I love about Scotty Bowman? He won a lot of Stanley Cups, but for the most part, his teams competed for the Stanley Cup every year.
Absolutely.
He had a couple off years now and again, but you knew when Scotty Bowman's team come in to play you, it wasn't going to be easy. He's a very good coach and one of the best coaches I've ever seen at making adjustments in a period, between periods, and from game to game.
Yes.
One of the best I've ever seen. And Quenneville, I don't know if he still is because I haven't watched. I've saw probably 8 or 10 games of Florida's, but he used to be that guy too. He could make adjustments on the fly during the Blues games. Yeah.
He's still doing it in Florida. That's why Florida's got 20-some wins this year.
Yeah.
That's why the Panthers are one of the top teams in the East.
Yeah, and like I said,
the Central.
Out of the 8 or 10 games I've watched, you can tell they're a well-coached team. You can tell when a team is coached well. A team that's coached well doesn't make the same mistakes over and over and over and over and over again. Now, some of that is on the players, I know. But when you see a guy making mistakes, you've got to take him aside. You got to get somebody to work with him. You've got to talk to him. You've got to get him through that. And, I'm happy that Berube was here and got us the cup. And everybody gives him and Bennington the credit. That cup, and in my mind, all cup wins are team wins. Cup wins are team wins. Everybody loves Sidney Crosby because they all say he brought cups to Pittsburgh. But you know what? Those were all team wins. And Mr. Crosby had some very good goaltending for Mr. Fleury and those cup wins.
Oh, yeah.
So that's not all on Sidney Crosby. And he'll tell you that. Sidney will tell you that.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, Sidney will tell you that he didn't win the cup in 19. That was all Jordan Stahl.
That's right.
If it wasn't for Jordan and Marc-Andre Fleury, we wouldn't have been the cup champions, and Detroit would have won it 2 years in a row.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys wouldn't have made it to the finals.
No, we wouldn't have made it to the finals if it wasn't for Kunitz. You have to be a solid unit in order to win a cup.
You do. Yep. And, I give them a little bit of a break tonight because of, they're getting back to their lines, getting used to know each other. But that's fine and dandy. I am concerned with effort. And the effort was not there tonight. And Guy knows me well enough. If the Blues play hard and they lose 4-2, yeah, I'm upset they lost. But I know that they played hard that night. And they just lost. They lost to a better team, or the other team played better. When they lose like this, it's frustrating, and it just sent me over the edge with that last thing that Panger said that Berube believes in. That made my feelings about Berube go from about 70% to about 45%. And a lot of people may not agree with me, and I'm sorry I'm talking so much. I'm just really worked up over this, and it's just frustrating to me as long as I played hockey.
Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues.
Let's
go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Thank you, Guy. I'll be thinking about that as I fall asleep. Thank you.
Right? That's adorable.
Hey, I get points for that. And Ashley's on with us now, so I had to play it.
Thank you, Ashley.
And
thank you so much.
It is. But that's what we need to remember,
Yes. There's more to life.
Let's go.
There are some very young fans who
Yes.
live or die with us, but they know a loss happens.
And I'm sorry, young fans, if I cussed a little early. I'm very sorry.
Right.
I normally don't do that.
I apologize.
Yeah, hey, you know what? It happens. Even I let the sailor out every now and then. No, it is. See, and Ashley, see, I told you, I put her up for you.
At least I didn't say. At least I didn't say something about a fat finger. So.
Yeah. You know what? The group that I sent it in sent me a message that says, "Man, I'm sorry. We don't know what happened. Facebook tagged it for whatever reason. We sent them something, and they still won't clear it."
I told you why they did it. Yeah. It's my old buddy Mark Zuckerberg and his cronies doing stuff that Mark Zuckerberg probably doesn't even know what they're doing. He's so detached from Facebook anymore. He's there, but
so detached from life.
He's detached from, just like Bill Gates. Those guys like that. I've met Steve Jobs in a former life, and I've met Gates and all them guys. And Steve Jobs could be an a-hole, but the thing I respected about him, he wanted the best out of his people and expected the best out of them. And he got the best out of him. A lot of people hate Steve Jobs. I wouldn't say I'm one that's hated him. I didn't know him well enough. I met him one time for about 8 minutes. But I'll tell you this, I'll take Steve Jobs over Bill Gates any day of the week.
Amen.
Yeah, the guys, and that's just the thing here. I enjoy watching the Blues. I enjoy being a broadcaster.
Yeah.
I enjoy the podcast, the writing, some of this other stuff. It's a lot of fun. But at the same time, it can become frustrating because now I've got to sit there and write. It's not easy to write. It's easy to write about a win. It's impossible to write about this crap, right? How do you write about this? How do you write without just, flame spraying everybody? Because not everybody's bad, but the top two lines didn't show up tonight.
Yeah, and you know what, Guy? Not only is it hard to write, I could, like that Bennington article I wrote, I had it all figured out in my head, but stupid me wasn't writing down when I had it figured out in my head. Writers have stuff go through their head all the time, and if you don't write it down and you start to go, what was I going to put it there? I had a good point. And then it gets frustrated, but I understand. How do you write about a game like this and still try to stay positive? I'm still positive. I'm positive, but this team's got to realize something. We're more than halfway into this shortened season. There's none of this. We've got 40 games left. We got 50 games left. We'll fix it. That's not the way it is this year.
No, it's not.
No.
And we're down to less than 20 games left, or right at 20 games left, just maybe a little over that. And we are
skating on thin ice.
Yeah, we are. I think we're at about 24 games left because the second Vegas game was our 28th game. We've played, 3 since then? Something like that. 4 since then. So, we're sitting there like about 24 games left.
Played 3.
And now you're going, well, wait a minute. You go back to the beginning of the season, and that's, you got to do that. You have to, at this point, you need to go back to the beginning of the season and say, okay, what did we see at the beginning of the season that made us think this was one of the big three, where now they're an also-ran? And you know what? The first thing that people are going to say is, oh, we're injury bug, the injury bug, the injury bug. You know what? We've had nobody have COVID. Nobody. Every other team in North America has had a COVID hit. Not just somebody on the list. I mean, COVID.
Look at the
in
Wild.
their locker room.
Look at the Wild. Look how many players on the Wild had COVID. That's why they're going to be making up all those games. Are they using it as an excuse? No. Here's what frustrates me. Some of the guys they brought up are good, that they've played well. But I don't think Berube has coached them to succeed and put them in positions to succeed based on their talent set. Okay. He has guys come up. He has guys come up and he says, you're going to play this way instead of them going, okay,
23.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to, instead of going, okay, these are your strong suits. This is how I'm going to use you in my system. He didn't do that from what I've seen. He has that system and the system's great, but unless you can fit guys in and find their strengths and make it fit within your system, they're not going to be successful. So not only is it on the player for not performing, it's on that coach for not putting him in position and using his skill set to succeed.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm dead on with you. And this is, we've talked about, you talked about Bowman, talked about
Quinville.
You got to talk about Trouts. Got to talk about
even Jacques Demers when he was
Bowman.
with the Blues was a great coach. Jacques Demers made adjustments great.
These are all coaches that while they had their own system, they also knew that there were guys they had that didn't fit that. And instead of trading them away, they found ways to adjust their system to fit those guys. And right now, we don't have a forechecking team. We don't. We are not a forechecking team. We haven't been all year. We've been getting out hit. For some reason, that style has not worked, or we can't get into that style. If we can't get into that style, then we need to find a style that we can get into that's going to work, because you can't come into every single game being down 1-0 in the first 5 freaking minutes.
Yep. Yep.
It doesn't work.
And you know what?
That's funny.
Part of that heavy game is the forechecking game. Getting in there and being rough in the corners and the boards, trying to get that puck so you find somebody who's open. And, you know, they're just not doing it. You know, Kyrou is the fastest guy on the team. There's other people that will argue with me, but I can tell you right now, Jordan Kyrou is the fastest guy on that team. And he does everything he can and tries to get in there and forecheck and work hard. And there's several guys on this team I've got no problems with. There's guys that you can tell are trying hard. But you know what? I mean, look at Shin. Poor Braden Shin. There's people that have been on to him. Oh, he needs to do this. He needs to do that. He's not scoring. If you watch Braden Shin, I don't think he's ever not 100% when he's on the ice. He gives 100%. Even if he's not hitting somebody, he's moving. Braden Shin moves around while other guys are just standing there. That's what's frustrating. This team has talent. This team has a lot of talent. Do they have as much as the Knights? Probably not. Do they have as much as the Avalanche? Close. Are they comparable to the Wild right now? I would say so. So this team is a top 3-4 team in the West. If they would play their style and do it every night, and you know, you're going to have nights off and lose. You're just going to. They would be second behind the Golden Knights right now. That they really would.
I absolutely agree. Now here's Ron Dunn. Going Dunn with the, you know what? Stop. Dunn had a good game tonight.
Yeah.
It bounced off his leg. It happens all the time. Shit, we lost a playoff spot due to a puck bouncing off of Bowmeister in the net. That crap happens. Okay? Plain and simple, that stuff happens. I'm not Dunn. Guys, back off. Start listening to the game. I'm telling you, you cannot just watch the game. No. You've got to have your ears on, because Dunn was in on the plays he needed to be in on tonight. And then you cannot sit there and go, oh, it came off his leg, so it's his fault. No, it wasn't his fault.
No,
right?
And I can tell you this.
There were other people that should have been in his way. That wasn't even a shot. It just, you know, it's a bad play. It's a bad hockey play.
Yeah, I can tell you.
That's all it is. I'm not going to sit there and bash Dunn like everybody else is when Dunn didn't have a bad game. I'm sorry, Dunn did not have a bad game tonight. I know it's frustrating.
And I can tell you one thing. I can tell you one person that doesn't blame Jordan, or that doesn't blame Dunn. Jordan Bennington.
Yeah.
If that ever happened to me when I was in goal and a puck went off somebody's back, their leg, their side, their whatever, I never ever blamed anybody for that, because that's part of the game. There's nothing you can do about that. Dunn didn't stick his leg out and go, oh, I'm going to put this puck in my own net. Screw you, Jordan.
No, I didn't think. No, I didn't.
So I was just that's perfect.
Yeah,
I was just looking at the schedule.
Yeah.
There are 5 games with the Ducks and the Coyotes. And then the rest are Vegas,
Colorado,
Minnesota, and Colorado.
Yep.
4 of those against the Ducks. 2 of them, one against.
4 against the Ducks, 1 against the Coyotes.
Yeah,
the rest.
That's
of
the
them,
one. That's the one game we have left that we should have just played back then.
Minnesota,
Yep.
Colorado, and Vegas.
Actually, no, that's not true. We have another game against the Kings that hasn't been rescheduled.
That's true. Yep.
One more game. I forgot about the non-rescheduled.
Yep. It was that game from last week, I think.
Yeah.
So either way,
the snowed out game.
Yeah.
Right, the snowed out game in Colorado from LA. Either way,
LA had a snow out.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that amazing?
I know, right? I was joking about that. It's just
that's going to be bad. If they're playing like this now, what's going to happen when they face Kirill? What's going to happen when they face Kakinen? What's going to happen when they face a solid, reinvigorated Colorado Avalanche team that just is a complete unit?
Yeah,
and they still have people out.
Heck, Jeremy, it's like your article said. What happens when they face Talbot? Talbot won tonight. Talbot looked really good tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people are going to think I'm nuts. Like I told you a while back, I told people Minnesota did a good job getting Talbot, because he's not a bad goalie. I even talked to Grant Fuhr about him when he was with Edmonton, and he told me, he said, Lance, he says, he's not as bad as he's being made to look as out. He is a good, solid NHL goaltender. And those two guys, I mean, they could win some awards here.
Yeah, no, they could. Guys, it's at that time. I don't want to go much further than this. Right. I do appreciate each and every one of you for joining me on the Blue Note Fan Report tonight. Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, saying, let's go Blues, and we can't handle any more of this crap. I'll see you again on Thursday night. Look for some articles to come out. Jeremy's got some stuff coming. We'll keep things going on the Blue Note Fan Report, the St. Louis Fan Report. Keep it up, and aloha, mahalo, and I'll catch you all on the next Blue Note Fan Report, because I am Guy, and I am bleeding blue with you. Aloha! Hey, guys, great show. As tough of a show that was to put out, I think it went down really good. And Ashley's little darling there was pretty cool.
That was
that really calmed me down. So thank you for that.
Yes, thank you.
I knew it was great. I knew when we first played it, I didn't think she was on, but when I'd seen her commenting, I was like, "This is the perfect time. Lance is gonna go."
Yeah. How could you do that to me, Guy? I was on a rant. I was doing my best impersonation of Mason.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Girl. It says we're still live, Guy.
Or not.
All right.
I ended it.
All right.
You did?
But yeah. That was.
Oh no, I didn't. We are still live.